Hello, welcome to Pandora's Box. Today I'm going to do a set review for Flesh and Blood. Welcome to Rathe. So Flesh and Blood is a new IP, a new franchise from Legend Story Studios, which is based in New Zealand. The first set ever for Flesh and Blood is actually Welcome to Rathe. So this particular set is English, is set number 1. In total, there's 437 cards in total within this set, consisting of both foils and non-foil. So in total, foil plus non-foil, every single card that you can collect is 437. That's counting the tokens, including the tokens, okay? And this product was actually released in November 2020. So what I'm reviewing right now is the Welcome to Rathe Unlimited Edition. There was actually a first edition which was released in November 2019. So I'll go into more details about the difference between the limited and the unlimited later on in the video. This is a made in US product. So when I want to review a product, there's a few criteria that I take into account. So the first criteria is actually vision. So vision is basically the concept, the theme, the lore, how coherent the whole concept is, the intention of the expansion, the scale and the imagination basically. So in terms of concept, in terms of vision, I think this Legend Story Studios has done fantastically with Welcome to Rathe. So this is a sort of a fantasy-based card game. But the gameplay-wise, the vision for this one is actually very, very different. Very much different from Magic, Wizards of the Coast. So Wizards of the Coast is more akin to like playing a RPG game. You get your lands and everything, and you sort of you sort of level up. Like every turn, when you get more lands, you can cast more mana, you can cast more powerful spell. So it's sort of like level up, and then you can summon creatures and all this. But no, so if I want to compare, right, I think Magic is like playing a RPG, but for Flesh and Blood, it's like playing a fighting game, like let's say Street Fighter or Tekken and such. So you're basically trading moves. So when you're playing, you're basically trading moves, and there's no because of the very, very innovative energy system, so-called mana system, you don't get landlocked, so-called parlance in Magic game. You don't get landlocked, and also in terms of the gameplay-wise, I think this does eliminate a lot of chance, a lot of RNG from gameplay, which is what I think Hearthstone does very well as well. So I think this one is also a big win in that aspect. So in terms of vision, okay, the scale, this is also not a small set. It's not that big a set, but it's not a small set as well. It's about 200 over cards. Total is 400 plus, but the base set is about 200 over cards. I can see that Legend Story Studios has put a lot of effort into this one, because they've come out with a lore book, they've come out with illustrations of the landscape, the backstories of the characters, and sort of like the different countries and worlds and laws. And so this, in terms of concept, theme, execution, not execution, coherency with the concept and the intention for all this one, right? It's a 5-star. It's a 5-star. You can't believe that this is a first effort. You can't believe that this is a first effort. So in terms of vision, I have to say this is done. I have to say it's perfect. This is almost perfect in terms of vision, especially for a first set. This is perfect. I don't think Wizards itself or Pokemon itself, right, could have done this better. So the next criteria after vision is illustration. Illustration means the quality of the artwork, the color, the flavor, and does the vision tie into the cards itself. In terms of quality of artwork, the artwork is very, very good. Very, very beautiful. Okay, very nice. But unfortunately, I do think that it is still a notch below what Magic has to offer. Okay. In terms of the quality of the art, right, I do think that Magic is at least one tier above Flesh and Blood. Okay, but this is not a knock on Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood has got very, very nice artwork. The concept is implemented very well. Okay, but some of the cards are really just... So, like for example, you look at a card like this, Demolition Crew. This looks like a card, right, that wouldn't be out of place in a 1993, 1995 Magic card. And it's already almost 30 years, you see. So for I mean, but some of the cards are done really, really well. Certain cards like well, let me see. Yeah, like Dorantia. Dorantia is done very like cards like this are done very well. Done very well. But unfortunately, even the best cards in the set, like for example the Dorantia Iron Song, this particular card, amazing artwork, right? Even for this one, right, the best card in like Flesh and Blood, I still think is at least a tier below what Magic has to offer. So it's like I feel that probably like maybe I mean it is not a knock on whoever drew this. This is amazing artwork. I wouldn't be able to accomplish this in like 10 years. But the thing is that if I would imagine if an artist, right, any artist, right, from Flesh and Blood would want to draw or do artwork for Magic, right? At most, they'll be able to get an internship. They wouldn't be able to get an actual card. I don't think they'll even be able to fill up some of the common cards as well. That's why I feel that in terms of illustration wise, right, quality of artwork, right, this one, this is extremely strong, but it's still a tier below Magic. Of course, the comparison is not fair. Magic has got almost 25 years, to build up its reputation, and for Magic is a badge of honor. It is something that a lot of artists yearn to draw for. So Flesh and Blood is a new IP, unproven. So I think it's a little bit harder as well to find people, to find artists, good quality artists to want to draw for to contribute artwork for you at a reasonable rate. So you see cards like this, some of this looks extremely beautiful. You look at all the lanterns at the back and all this. But if you really compare it to some of the Magic cards, even common Magic cards, or maybe even some of the tokens, right, I do not think this can compare. Even though it's very close, I still think that there is still a gap there. So in terms of illustration, it doesn't get full marks from me in terms of the illustration. Quality artwork is very high. It's just that, the benchmark, okay? If I'm looking at this product from a vacuum, this will be fantastic. Okay, the product is super good. But unfortunately, we don't live in a vacuum. There exists Magic the Gathering. So in terms of artwork, quality artwork, I do think that this is not perfect. Not perfect. So the third criteria is realization. So realization is how Legend Story Studios implement their concept and theme, right, into the card. So it looks at the card quality, execution, flavor text, and such things. In terms of implementation, I think this is done very well. For first set, I can really feel. I know they are trying to build a world here. So the world building is done very well. I can sort of feel the world that the people are living in. What kind of world? Is a very mercenary type, sort of organized but sort of divided into various worlds and factions kind of things. So world building, yes, is done very well. Card quality, I would say is average. This is actually, I think, it's by the same printer that does Magic the Gathering. So you see some of the cards here, right? So the card quality is exactly the same as Magic. So I guess that would be an average mark there. Okay, average mark. Not exceptionally well. Not bad either. In terms of flavor text, there's hardly any flavor text, and even if there are flavor text, right, is a lot of them are quite ambiguous. So like certain things like what I want to see here, certain things like this. Okay, to master like this one. Okay, let's see. Like flavor text like this, right? To master the art of the sparrow is to master one's own body and possess the agility of a bird in flight. So this is, I mean, this sounds like really Zen master kind of thing, but it is generic. It doesn't. There is flavor text, of course. Better than none. With flavor text is better than no flavor text, of course, definitely. But some of them are really quite generic. Doesn't really. But anyway, this is the first set. They're trying to build a world here. So maybe in terms of the flavor text doesn't really advance the story or build characterization, but they just have some, some of those like fortune cookie quotes, some of those very nice self-help quotes kind of thing. So in terms of flavor text, there is flavor text implemented, but not implemented very well. That's what I feel. In terms of printing, the foiling especially, with the foiling, I'll have to dock a little bit of marks because some of the foils, right, I can hardly tell. A lot of the foils, especially the foil commons, right, I had to do a double take, right? When I'm doing the box opening, right, I had to do a double take on some of the foils, right, to really confirm that, hey, is it foil or not? Sometimes I can't tell at all that some cards are foil. So certain cards, yeah, some cards like this, right, you see, the foiling is very, very subtle. So only because, right, specifically I know which slot, right, I am, which slot is the foil slot. So I'm specifically looking out for that particular slot. So I'm able to separate them. But if you do not know which slot and you do not know what you're looking for, right, I think very, very easily, you're just going to overlook some of the foil cards, okay? So in terms of foiling, I do think that there's a bit of, how do I say? Foiling can be improved. I'll say the foiling can be improved. Wait, is this correct? Did I mess up the card? Yeah, no, it's correct. Okay. So foiling wise, yeah. So some deficiencies with the foiling, but in terms of effort, how Legendary Studios, right, realize this whole set, this whole expansion physically from the concept that we have, full marks. Realization is full marks. Okay, but I'm nitpicking because of some of the foiling and flavor text. But other than that, this is done very, very well. So the next criteria is the gamble element, gacha. So this one I'm going to spend a bit more time. So gacha is like the short-term value and the value distribution, and how whether when you open the packs, right, does it give you that high, the emotional impact, right, when you're opening packs. This one, in terms of gacha, I think this is the benchmark. Okay, this is the benchmark. This is the way to go. Do not do it like Pokemon. Do not do it like, let's say, Cardfight Vanguard or some of the other really Japanese-based one. Do not do it like Cardfight Vanguard or Pokemon or what's the other one? Digimon and Yugioh. This is the standard I think that we all should, card companies should adhere to. So, okay, before I go into this, this is actually the unlimited set. So, even before unlimited set is released, right, the very, very first edition that they came out with is called the first edition. Okay, so the Welcome to Rathe, 1 year before this one came out, they actually released the first edition. So the first edition is a limited print, and some of the legendaries, oh no, not legendaries. Is it legendaries? I think some of the legendaries and the fabled within the first edition sets are cold foil. So cold foil, right, that makes the cold foil, right, very limited in supply, which makes it in turn much more desirable compared to unlimited edition. Unlimited edition only have rainbow foils, normal foils. So cold foil and rainbow foil is exactly the same card, not much difference. But if you do manage to snag a first edition box, if you bought into the game early and you manage to snag a first edition box, right, you have made a lot of money off the scarcity of the cold foils. So in terms of short-term value, yes, I think this is done very well because then the distribution is also done very well as well. Value distribution. I hated the value distribution for Champion's Path because all of the value for the whole case, not even the whole box, the whole case, right, is concentrated into one Charizard. Either you draw the Charizard and you and you strike it big, it's like you strike Toto or something, or you don't get the Charizard and it's a complete flame out. Okay, it feels terrible. Okay, opening Champion's Path feels terrible. But for this one, no. Because they distribute the cards in such a way that for every case that you open, there's at least one legendary. If you're lucky, I've seen box openings on YouTube, right, that has 2 fabled. So one fabled a fabled card is in like 1 in 30 boxes or something. Or was it 30 or 60 boxes? I can't remember this distribution. Okay, but other than the fabled cards, the legendary cards is at least 1 in every case. There are some cases where you can get 2 legendaries. There are some cases where I've seen on YouTube with incredible one, 2 fabled in that one box. So the moment you get a fabled, is like you get the box back you might it's like you get back the price, not just the box, the case itself. So in terms of short-term value, in terms of the gacha element, you do feel it's very exciting to open Flesh and Blood, and it's not a complete flame out, right, when you don't hit anything good, because there's always that one legendary per box. So in terms of gacha games on mobile, right, they call this a PT rate, a PT rate. So on mobile games, right, when you pull gacha, so you spend money to roll and pull gachas, right? So like 10 pulls, you want to get the SSR. So like for certain games which are more forgiving, right, they implement a PT, what they call a PT rate. So it's like you pull 10 times, you spend money to pull 10 times, 10 times times 10 pull. So it's like you pull 100 times. For every 100 times that you pull, right, you get minimum at least, okay, one SSR. Okay, so the SSR, so it's like the money doesn't feel like it is going down the drain, but it makes you feel not so bad. So the one legendary per case distribution is sort of like a PT rate. I feel there's sort of like a PT rate for Flesh and Blood, and I think this does very, very well to enhance the short-term value and the excitement when you're opening boxes for Flesh and Blood. So in terms of gamble, yes, another full mark. The next criteria is innovation. Innovation is about the gameplay and other peripherals about the product itself, the pricing, how they promote the products, how they hype it out, and the different card types and such. In terms of innovation, just based off the fact that this is set number one out of a new IP, which is Flesh and Blood, just out of the fact that it's a new set with its own gameplay, right, gives it very, very high marks already. But what pushes it over the top, right, is the strength of the gameplay itself. The real strength of Flesh and Blood is not the cards that you pull, okay, it's not the value, the financial value from all the favored or legendary cards that you can pull. The real strength of Flesh and Blood is actually the gameplay. So I know a lot of people, right, who started Flesh and Blood and they are completely hooked. Maybe they've played 10 years of Magic and they are very sick already, very sick of being landlocked, having to look for lands to cast mana and such. Having played 10 years of the same game, you get a bit bored. Something very different comes out, and then it's a next big thing, it's a very new thing for you to try out. That might be the case that explains the popularity of the gameplay. But I do think that the mechanics, how they structure the decks, the mechanics of the gameplay itself, right, also plays a very big part in how well done the set is. So in terms of innovation, I have to give it full marks as well. Okay, the product is very, very nice. But the one big gripe that I have about this product is the certain cards that has 3 copies. So like, okay, I understand, like for example, this particular set of cards here, Warrior's Veiler, there's actually 3 copies of Warrior's Veiler. There's one with 1 energy, 2 energy, and 3 energy. So what happens is that certain cards with 1 energy, right, the card effects are more powerful, they are stronger. And the cards with which you can pitch for 3 energy, right, the cards are a little bit weaker, but you can actually pitch for more energy using this one. It's a very, very good concept. But the thing is that I feel that if you want to do things like this, right, at least have some different form of artwork. So a set like this with 200 plus cards, right, feels like it's only 1/3 the size, because a lot of the cards are like not duplicates, triplicates. Is there such a word? Triplicates. Because there are always 3 of the same cards. So the set feels like there's a lot of triplicates here. So that takes away a bit of the euphoria that I have for this product. Hopefully, maybe they can improve on this later on. Like for example, Fluster Fist level 1, Fluster Fist level 2, just add some more, add some more special effects to show the impact of the fist itself. Fluster Fist number 3, something like that. Just a little bit differentiation to differentiate the cards in terms of the artwork. I think that will be perfect really. Okay. Then in terms of card types, the rarity is also a bit different. Okay. In terms of how they implement the favored, the legendaries, and all this, not bad. In terms of foiling, it's very okay. The foiling is standard industry practice. In terms of promotion, I think they did a fantastic job with the promotion with their limited resources. They are a new outfit, first set ever. They don't know, Legend Story Studios, right, doesn't know whether this will be a financial success or not. So I think they did extremely well with their limited resources, with their, they contacted influencers, they contacted YouTubers and introduced the games to new YouTubers. They actually set up tournaments, in-store plays, the promo cards, they give stores, right, to encourage in-store plays. I think this doesn't feel like it's a first set for a company. This feels like the company has been around for 10, 20 years. Magic, Wizards has been around for 25 years. Is it more than 25 or more than 25? I think Wizards have been around for more than 25, almost 30 years, I think. And I think that in Legend Story Studios' case, right, they're only slightly behind. It doesn't feel like there's a almost 30-year gap between Legend Story Studios and Wizards of the Coast. It feels like there's only like a 10-year gap. So in terms of innovation and promotion and all this, right, again, almost full marks. The only thing is that all the same cards. That's the one big gripe that I have. Other than that, almost full marks. So the last criteria that I want to talk about is novelty. So the novelty is the significance of the product itself, how nostalgic it is, where it stands in relation to all the current sets and everything, and the long-term value, especially the long-term value and the originality. Of course, this as a first set, as a successful first set that kickstarts a new franchise, novelty, again, full marks. Is it iconic as a first set? Yes, I think it will be iconic if Flesh and Blood can continue to not survive. If Flesh and Blood can continue to thrive, I think as a first set, Welcome to Rathe is going to be super iconic. In terms of nostalgia, probably not much right now. I do not feel any nostalgia for a new product like this. So where it stands in terms of long-term value, I do not have an answer. Short-term value, when we are talking about gacha, when talking about short-term value, it is very, very high. Right now, the prices for certain fabled cards, right, are like what, 30,000, which is crazy. You don't see Black Lotus or Charizards going to that amount, that crazy sum, right? I mean, now it's past that. Now it's like 500,000. No, Charizard can be like 500,000. Black Lotuses can be like 500,000. Okay, but for a first set, and you get the chase card from your first set going to 20, 30K within the first year of your release, I think that deserves some points as well. So in terms of originality, also full marks. First set, and for a first set, I think it's extremely well done. So in terms of novelty, I think this is a set which deserves almost full marks as well. Okay, so that now you all have heard me rave about Flesh and Blood for the last 20 minutes. Okay, the final grade is here. Flesh and Blood has a total of 3.5 stars. Are you all surprised? Are you all surprised why is it so long when I've been praising Flesh and Blood for the last 20 to 30 minutes? I've been talking only good things about Flesh and Blood. I got full marks in this criteria, that criteria. But why in the end it's only 3.5? Because like I mentioned, right, it is all of this is relative. For a first set, it's amazing products. I don't think even people from Wizards are able to do that. Okay, for a first product, even people I think from Pokemon, they won't be able to do this as a first product. I do think that even a lot of those more established card games outside, right, like let's say maybe Digimon, certain like products from like Digimon, certain products like Digimon, right, I do not think even not Digimon is also new. Certain products like, okay, maybe if I say Yugioh, I'm gonna get flamed. I'm gonna say certain products like, let's say Yugioh, even certain Pokemon products, right, I don't think has this kind of polish as a first set. I don't think the other products have this kind of polish like Flesh and Blood. But why only 3.5 stars? Because the grading has to be relative. Even though it does everything, so many things so well, But if you want to compare it to other sets, like let's say Kelsheim, can I objectively say that the artwork is better than Kelsheim? The excitement that I feel when I pull the cards, the nostalgia, the significance is better than Kelsheim? No. So even though I feel I am very I'm very fond of this product, I cannot by good conscience, right, put it above or even at the same level of Kelsheim. So I do give it 3.5 stars. But do not get it wrong. This is not an average product. This is not even an above average product. This is a fantastic product which I recommend all of you all, if you are watching this right now, go and buy. If you have never tried Flesh and Blood before, right, just go and try. Go and buy a box and just open the box and just experience the cards. Whether you're a collector or you're a player, just experience the set itself. Legend Story Studios has done a wonderful job crafting this one. Amazing what they have accomplished, right, with just this set number 1. But I think it is a very solid 3.5 stars, not a knock on the product itself. 3.5 stars is very good, but in relative to all the other products out there, I think that it is above average. So you've heard me rant and praise so long about Flesh and Blood, and with the twist ending at the back. Okay, do help me to like and subscribe to this channel, and please follow me. I'm gonna have more videos coming out soon. See what new stuff that I can do, what new stuff I can come up with. You all can also talk to me. Tell me what you like to see. Interact with me. Yeah, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.